Hey YouTube, welcome to City Sawyer. My name is Tom. That is my brother JB and the John Deere 5065E pre-emissions tractor. Look at all that smoke. Love it. Don't get me wrong, but we do care about the environment deeply. We are full-on tree huggers. But full disclosure, if you see JB or I out in the woods actually hugging a tree, it's usually to determine what kind of board footage we're dealing with. Here I am lopping out the end of the log. To me it looked like it had some ring shake in it, and I wanted to see if I could get into some cleaner wood here. And for those of you who did notice, yes, I do run my chains pretty loose, really loose. I guess in my mind I'm getting extra horsepower out of that head. Not sure if anyone else feels the same way I do about that, but yeah. So what we're doing here is putting the log, getting it all set up on the LT15 wide in preparation for milling the next day. After we got done putting this log in place, we went down to my brother's girlfriend's house to pick up a load of ash logs because I had the trailer and the truck to do it. This was my first opportunity to ever run a mini excavator. But I was feeling pretty confident because I got a solid 30 seconds of instructions on how to, so I figured I'd give it a go. And if it looks like I'm an amateur, whoops, yep, look at that. Ah! I had an awesome time running this mini excavator. After we got these logs loaded up, we took the 15-20 minute drive back to my brother's place to get these things unloaded and to prepare for the next day so we could mill the done redwood. As a quick backstory, this is my brother's farm. He is 5th generation to own it. It's been in the family since 1883. I can remember being a boy coming up here a lot of Sundays and visiting my grandma. That's when she owned the farm. We used to go walking in the woods, playing in the fields. That's my grandma actually in the back seat of the car right there. The two people in the front there sitting down, those are my grandma's grandparents, Thomas and Catherine Quinn. They're the original owners of the farm. The little girl in this picture with a ribbon in her hair, that's also my grandma, Catherine O'Connor. She was the one who owned the farm before my parents and brother. This is a picture of the farm in the 1970s. This is when my grandma owned it. Here's my dad. This is before I was born. It's my dad and my two brothers. Off to the left-hand side, there's a big walnut tree. This is that same walnut tree today. It's probably the biggest walnut tree I've ever seen. This is a picture of my mom and my grandma and my two brothers at the farm. This was before I was born. In this picture, I am in the center with a red hat. To my right is my brother Michael, and in the back left there is my brother John, or otherwise known as JB, and is also the current owner of the farm. So this was our first time milling down redwood, and I was pretty surprised on how beautiful it looked. Some of the tones in there with the yellows and the pinks, really nice stuff. The slabs we're pulling off the mill right now, these are 9-footers. I believe we milled them at 10 quarter or 2.5 inches thick, and they were super heavy. These slabs were just as heavy as fresh milled walnut, or fresh milled maple for that matter, any hardwood, which was a little bit surprising because I expected them to be much lighter. So after we got those slabs loaded up, I headed back to my place, and this is the next day. I started up my LT35 and milled up the smaller logs that we had of the Dawn Redwood. There's my brother JB. He came out to give me a hand finishing up the remainder of these Dawn Redwood logs. I think this log was about 8 foot long and approximately 17-18 inches diameter. I ended up milling all these slabs at 8 quarter or 2 inches thick. And right about here you can see us pushing on the saw head. We got it all jammed up, and well, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. This one over and spray it down. Let me get a video of it. So at the end here we did a little splash and dash. And again, definitely not disappointed with the way this wood looked. It was really pretty, really pretty. I will say that this Dawn Redwood seemed to be extremely heavy, just as heavy as walnut, a similar size. I thought for sure it would be a lighter wood. And to be fair, once it did dry out, the slabs turned out to be very light. Similar to red or white cedar, I would think. After a day of milling, my wife comes out and brings me a glass of water. Or in some cases, she'll yell at me for doing something stupid, like picking up logs, or getting the tractor out and doing something I shouldn't be doing. Anyway, she's the best. After these slabs dried for a few months, I pulled it out of the garage just to give you an idea of what it looked like when it was fully dried. These slabs definitely didn't disappoint. Colors were amazing. Wood is nice and light. Super happy I got the opportunity to work with this Dawn Redwood. Anyways, if you guys like this video, please consider liking or subscribing, or even tell me you didn't like the video. That's cool too. I don't mind the negative comments either. Anyways, thanks for watching, everybody, and see you next time.